Right, everyone, we're back on the air with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey guys! Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hey y'all! How are you doing tonight?
We'll get to that hey guys bit in a moment, but it... Look, yeah, let's just say I'm screeching at that. Why am I called a guy?
Yeah.
You gotta be more inclusive. Anyway, good to be back. Yeah, sorry I've been absent for a week. But next up on the show is Gil.
Hello, guys. Long time no see. How have y'all been doing?
Again with the guys! Oh, oof.
Oh, I'll be coming for you in
Yeah.
a very quick bit.
Did you do that on purpose, or was it just... never mind.
Maybe.
Don't you worry. And, of course, last up to join this week's show is Cross.
Hi, I'm Blue.
I'm
Very-
blue, da-da-dee-da-da-da.
Shut up.
Well,
You're
you know
making-
what,
you.
though? You pay me enough and I might actually show you a video of me dancing to that song in my fursuit.
You'll do that for free. Don't kid everybody.
Hey, Jolt.
You probably would.
Would there be like a video of you like a pole dancing?
That's a possibility. And again, it's behind the scenes. It'll be behind the scenes.
Good.
Well, yeah. Well, what can I say? Anyway, lots of great stuff to cover. Lots of interesting stuff to cover, wouldn't you guys say?
I would agree with that.
Yes, us guys would say.
Before we
gonna be
do
fun.
that, though, we're gonna preface this by saying that, yes, in light of recent kind of events, we're basically planning a few initiatives regarding charities in due time. We'll keep you posted if and when more information is available. But yes, but this is genuine from the bottom, straight up from the bottom of our hearts, and for a good purpose.
But first off, we gotta learn how the fucking thing works.
Well, that too. But first off, we gotta learn how this all happened and what prompted it all to happen. So, you guys know what happened not too long ago in the furry sphere?
I was gonna guess like PewDiePie because
No, not that.
No?
This did.
Then what?
Massachusetts Vestadog happened.
Oh, that.
That's right.
The
Anthro New England
street
decided to
pride.
terminate their charity thing. And look at it. That's right. Yeah. Congratulations, really. Over the past day, many of you have reached out to express concerns regarding Anthro New England's partnership with MA Vestadog, particularly in light of disturbing reports of police action against counter-protesters at the recent Straight Pride Parade in Boston.
Oh
Wow.
man, that's just some seriously bigotry of the left right there. How can they be so straight phobic?
Well, no, it's not. It's not just that. It's basically furries were complaining that our charity, helps police dogs, and they're like, the police are evil and terrible, and we should stop supporting them. Despite the
This
fact
dude's
that
got run around these
charity
conventions
dogs-
dressed as police dogs if he says anything. Like, what are you
Why
talking
though?
here?
I mean, this is really sad because it's not like just supporting police. Well, yeah, it is, but you're supporting police dogs who get shot, and not just police, also dogs who serve in the military. Apparently, that's a bad thing, and there. Now, I actually reached out to A&E as well on Twitter, and I said, "Hey, please don't abandon this charity. They really rely on us, and we've done a lot of good work. Don't
So-
cave into this."
So essentially, we would have to step in?
I tried, no response.
For now, that is. For now. I guess we just need to up our game a little bit.
They're not
I
going to
would say.
respond. They don't care.
No, they're gonna
They
cave
do
into
care.
the hate mobs.
I mean, look, it's freaking Boston of all places, man.
I know, and the fact that they're actually supporting this type of charity is, a really good thing. regardless of if police brutality, all that nonsense, which I really don't even believe is true, that happened at the straight pride parade.
I
I mean,
think
like
some
that's what
people
this
are
is
full of
really all
shit.
about. This
Like,
is what it's all about.
imagine getting offended by something that is 100% satirical.
Exactly.
No, but they want to get rid of the charity for this because it supports
Because
police.
like they have some sort of a really bad brain problems.
Well, it's support, police, blah blah blah, and yeah,
I wonder what they want to change their charity to. Some kind of like pro LGBTQ alphabet people group. I mean, like what are they actually going to change it to? After all
Oh,
these
believe
years?
me, it's definitely gonna get worse.
No, it's just
I mean,
sad.
of course. Look, here's the thing. I see them seriously doing something animal related, but with a super virtue signally bent. Remember,
Hey,
look at who signed the letter on this thing.
yes, but Joel,
Basil
can I ask
and
you?
Bly. He him.
Yeah, but can I also tell you something as well too?
Yes.
What if the donations were to one of those vegans who literally raided, like Animal Farm because of some vegetable grass eating bullshit?
We'll get to that in a moment.
Holy shit, I got another hedgehog here too.
Okay, yeah, he's playing a game right now, guys. He's not totally focused on the story. But so I remember when I was at A&E last year, I was like really proud of the video that they showed for Vestadog. They
Mm,
had veterans, they had police, and then they showed the German Shepherds, the Labradors, and how they saved people's lives, and that we could help save dogs' lives too. So I think that's a really good thing. I don't understand why people in this fandom have to make things so political and just divisive.
I kind of get where they're coming from because they say it's
yes.
sort of like a form of animal cruelty that you're putting these dogs in that position, but at the same time, that's specifically what they're bred for. The cops aren't going to puppy mills, buying up all the German shepherds, throwing them on a bus, and sending them down to the precincts. They have a
Yeah,
whole like family bloodline of dogs that are. That's why they can do the things that they do. They're bred
exactly.
specifically for that purpose. So
Apart
it's
from because
I
like if it'll
get, I
be
get where their
yeah,
I get where their quote unquote concerns come from, but it's not even like a real concern because it's something that the dogs are
meant to do.
genetically built to do.
I mean,
Yes.
honestly, let's be real here. This is a cover. The whole animal abuse thing, that's a cover. The fact is, a lot of people in this fandom just hate the police and they hate patriotism, and that's sort of where we're at.
Liberalism.
I mean, look, there's basically a big growing, contingent of ACAB furries. The all cops are bastards, being designing these personas and so on.
Is that what ACAB stands for?
That's the most popularly used one that I know of.
I know I've seen that term around. I just never knew what it was, and I didn't care enough to
Yeah,
research it. Now I know why.
I know.
Yeah,
Like the
a
whole
good
all
reason
cops are
too, I'd
bast.
say.
But yeah, also in addition to this, the whole Vesta dog thing actually got blown up a little bit to the point where it did end up getting a segment on Vice.
Ooh, Vice.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, God.
That moment when
Furries are
journalists
arguing
even
about whether
find
they should
furry
support
drummer.
police dog charities.
Yes, I
That
mean the
makes
fun.
me feel good.
I mean, it's
You know what?
it's bad enough, when regular journalist people just find some juicy articles to write about on the goddamn furry fandom of all places.
Oh, Vice are not journalists; they're activists.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
But the ironic thing too is just the other day was the 18th anniversary of 9/11, and do you know how many police dogs were out there for weeks trying to search for victims? There were stories of firemen, and my dad was there with the police dogs trying to search for bodies. And you know what he told me? That they
Mm.
had to. Some of the police dogs there, they got so depressed because they couldn't find anyone that firefighters pretended to hide in the rebel and let the dogs find them just so the dogs would feel like they're fulfilling their purpose.
I remember hearing that somewhere.
Isn't that
Yes.
yeah, isn't that crazy? And I think it's really important that we help. You know, in some small way, support, our hero dogs. I don't see a problem
Yes.
with that. It's not animal cruelty. That's their job, and we
And
hope
they
that
need
know
our
less.
help.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Rather than, some soy guzzling leftists, to tell us what's good and what's bad.
It's just the outrage. I mean, it's just
The
It's just
outrage.
tiny. Like, look
I
at
mean,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, the outrage, is just like a means for personal gain. There's like nothing wrong with what we're doing. It's just a bunch of bad people just wanted to get like all the attention
Oh,
for themselves at the worst moment possible.
It's
Yes?
just this thing is like you read the Vice article and it freaking also says like many in the community also like blah 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 blah. Their choice to support law enforcement, many in the community argue, is unacceptable,
And
especially as
should
excessive
be.
policing threaten the civility of the communities and lives outside of the furry fandom.
wow.
Well,
That's really sick.
What?
That like I said, they're not journalists. These people are
Activists.
and this is just evil. I mean, this is just craziness right there.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, but however, it's not necessarily incorrect. Because that's the trend we're seeing in the fandom nowadays, A lot of people really do believe that. And that's where I see a problem. Like if I was running A&E, there's no way in hell I would abandon that charity. Like no way. Not on my watch.
What in Christ's name would anyone even abandon that charity? Any reasonable person, mind you.
Well, Cross brought up
Yeah.
a good point about why some people would believe that. Maybe they do actually think that,
Well, I mean, let's say it's like good intentions with some, bad ulterior motive behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, like that phrase, the
Bad
road to
motive
hell.
disguised in good intentions.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
anyway, they just remember. You know what though? Here's a live comment as well. Tooney asks, "When did the police attack furries?" You know what though? When I saw the parade, like, and Tooney was there, like, full disclosure, which I really should have brought him on, blah blah blah. But that's a story for another time.
Hey, good for you, Tooney. Hope you had fun.
Yeah. I saw only a couple of fursuiters and some furries wearing maybe pup masks at the parade. Going full screeching and stuff.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Actually, Tony, to bring up that question, do you remember there was that Twitter post a while ago about like a bunch of fursuiters in like police uniforms? They were like German shepherds, and people got mad at them simply for like existing. Do you remember that?
That happened. I mean, yeah, I remember. That happened.
Crazy, right? How dare you have a persona that I disagree with?
That's essentially the spurg is too strong.
It's like, or basically wearing like one of those police vests will literally get you thrown to that line of fire.
I know, and my friend has one, and he's a cool dude. Like, come on now.
Why is them even why even bother about all this? We're just people in costumes want to look and have fun, and looking to party and all. So let us have our own fucking party. If that's just too much to ask.
Yeah, but I mean, from here on in, like, where would you think A&E is going to go from this direction on forward? Because soon enough, they're going to have to unveil a new charity.
Oh, I can only imagine what's going to be.
Local animal hospital or something like that. Like they'll keep it animal related so that they're helping animals. They're just not going to do it to the police department.
I hope so. Yeah. Well, they said actually by September 14th, tomorrow, they're going to tell everyone, exactly what their position is about this. So either they will keep the current charity of Estadog, or they might actually cave and choose a new one. We don't really know.
I can only imagine. Which one would it be?
But considering how long it's taken them to respond to this, unfortunately, my assumption, which is just, my opinion here, I think that they probably are going to cave and choose something else.
Well, it might depend on what. Well, I mean, I guess with a charity, you probably wouldn't be contractually obligated, but there's a lot of planning that goes into stuff like that. Now, if you're going to take the rug out from underneath them, I mean, that's going to have a huge, huge backlash.
Oh, and just imagine being the chairman or one of the staff members who have to make that call or write that email to these guys and be like, "Hey, sorry, but most of the fandom thinks that you're utter shit and they don't want
It's
to
not
support
even
you
most of
anymore."
the fandom. It's just a couple of really loud
Yeah,
people.
but like, I'm sorry, but the presence of your police dogs, and that make us feel uncomfortable. So we can't support you anymore. Good. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I mean, how
Yeah.
pathetic does that sound, though? Like,
These
no
people have no
way.
place or no say in our fandom too, I'd say.
And
But yet they just give them like a say.
I mean, such is the way in all cultures, though.
Next.
Like, virtue signaling. But yeah,
I would just feel like the worst person in the world to tell these people, "Hey, sorry, we're going to stop doing this because some people were offended." I mean, that's just sad, man. That's really freaking sad.
Actually, is there some people just like you said, bad motives disguised as good intentions.
All right. So I guess that is kind of that, though. So we'll keep an eye out and see what A&E has got on the pipeline.
We'll
But
keep a
again,
close eye on them.
do you expect their attendance to suffer or grow slowly or whatsoever as a result of this
doubt
Furry
it.
dispute?
I mean, I don't
I
know.
doubt it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
People
fandom's
don't go to
growing, but
conventions
that's
because people go to conventions to like support, but like when I go to a convention, one of the last things I'm thinking about is a charity. Like what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the most is hanging out with my friends and seeing people that I know throughout the country. It's like, oh, like I went to Anthrocon and they were whatever charity they do. And I saw it again. She was like, oh yeah, that's right. They did, all the money goes to them. But it's like that's at like the back of my mind. I don't even think about it. And
yeah,
I don't.
exactly.
A lot of people don't either. They just make it seem like they do.
Yeah, exactly. I went to Furdu and I didn't even see any pop-ups for the charity that the con was supporting. So it's just tangential.
Yeah, so I guess it's like a principle type of thing. I know that there are
Yeah.
some people who are thinking of boycotting this. As always, and same thing with MFF too. Like they're like, oh well, because MFF changed their copyright policies, now I'm not going to go to this con anymore. And also their whole lottery system, which is totally messed up.
I
A
think
lot of people are
that's what's
boycotting that
driving
too.
people away from MFF is that whole lottery thing. Like,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a huge turnoff.
they're making people register and then not guaranteeing that they can get a room in the hotel
Right.
where the convention is going to be. Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't
I know,
understand.
right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is pretty. Just doesn't make a lot of sense at all, doesn't it?
Not really.
No.
Anyway,
Hmm?
a couple of last things before we wrap this up, though. Boxcar Husky says, #dogs for militias.
Yes.
Dogs for malicious.
Dogs would be
The
better
militia
trained than the people in the
doggos.
militia.
I mean, it was one of the amendment rights I said about a well-regulated militia, wasn't it?
Well, that's
Yes.
the Second Amendment, yeah.
Mhm.
Even for the doggos.
Even for
Yes.
the doggos.
Yeah, they need our
Especially the
love.
candy corn
They need
doggos.
our love and our ability to give them vests.
And they need all doggos need AK-47s.
True,
I would
true.
love to see how they would use that. Like, I'm like picturing it right now. Like
Imagine
how that
getting
Remember,
shot by a
hey, no,
dog.
dude, why don't you do the Pokemon route and actually give them a sword in their mouth?
that'd be terrible.
Depression.
Oh my god.
I mean, anyway, yeah.
Hmm?
Anyway, yeah. So I guess that kind of is where it's at. So shall we
Sadly
move on to the
so.
next item of the day?
Let's.
Yes, because I know you guys love this. I know I do.
Oh,
And
I can't
of
wait
all
for
the
it.
things- I know, because you'll never guess who's on a roll as of late.
That is.
Hasbro Monopoly.
Yes.
Ooh. Miss Monopoly? That thing?
That's right. It just came out.
Oh no.
And it's already caused a lot of salt as well. National Review writes, Miss Monopoly, the world's dumbest board game.
I mean, I wouldn't say like dumbest. I mean, the intention sure is good, but like you're essentially replacing a trademark character for something that's completely new, and by the from the get go, that's already a huge
It's not
mistake.
that.
Let's say.
Well, Monopoly it's interesting because I know a friend and I a couple of years ago we wanted to make our own Monopoly game. I think it's Hasbro that owns the rights to it, but the actual different versions that they make, there are other people that make it, and then Hasbro basically designs it, and the people that come up with the idea, get paid, and then some of whatever they make goes back to Hasbro because they're using it under. So it's almost like a franchise sort of thing.
I see.
So
Oh, that's actually that is exactly how Hasbro operates. Yeah.
oh, I didn't know they did that with everything. I just knew that it was like that with Monopoly.
Yeah, because if you remember, we had Brian Snowdy on the show a few weeks ago, and Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, and he said the same thing. Like they commissioned him to do artwork, but then they kind of, are the ones who told him what to draw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
essentially now, what's caused Monopoly, Mrs. Monopoly to go and cause all of this is that they're talking about a quote-unquote serious issue called the wage gap.
Honestly, you know what I think this is?
That's
I
a
think
character
this is
killer.
Hasbro trolling. No, I think this is.
Yeah.
I think
Look-
this is
look
a
at this.
troll.
It says
game.
this. Toymaker Hasbro announced this week the rollout of a board game in which female players receive $1,900 at the beginning of the game, compared with $1,500 for male players.
Mhm.
Girls also get $240 for each time they pass go on the board, while boys get just $200.
So
Wait.
Hasbro rolled this game out right after the whole socialist Monopoly version. Remember when like everyone was equal in the end, and then they had the millennial version, and
The millennial version.
that was
I
great.
know.
No one is ever
Like-
equal at the end of Monopoly because somebody ends up taking the board and cracking it over somebody else's skull. And if there's an actual documented completion of any Monopoly game, I would love to see it because after like 2
hey,
hours,
we completed it on the Raiders trip. The millennial version.
Shit just went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh my god. Okay, but here's the thing though. A lot of people were complaining to Hasbro like, "Oh, it's offensive and millennials and socialism, all that shit." So they come out with this, and then Hasbro seems to be totally serious, right? I don't know if you saw the commercial for it, but basically,
Seems.
well, that's what I'm saying. They seem to be, because in the commercial, they basically mail this game to a bunch of like young girls, and when the girl opens it, there's like stacks of cash in it. There's like legit stacks of cash in the game. And they're like, "Well, we have to support our women's." And I'm like, Hasbro is totally trolling us right now. They're just trying to stick it and pretend to be all woke or whatever. Like, I don't think
No,
that
they're really trying to care about women, but this is the way they're gonna care. But hey,
they
you
have
gotta
to be
put
kidding.
up with it.
No way. This can't. I mean, I know it's real, but like, I don't think their position on the matter is real. I think some of the designers there are just some cheeky bastards who wanted to, pretend
Who's gonna take a piss at us?
and snatch back the market or some shit.
Possibly.
Either way, I don't care. I'm gonna buy it. Joel told me about the socialist one the other day. I'm gonna buy that one too. I've got the
I
Monopoly.
literally raved about it so hard on that episode because it caused a greatest salt mine in the world on Twitter.
Just
To the point where I told one of our ex-members to go buy it, and he did.
oh my god, yeah, Cross, you have to get them. It's gonna be so fun.
So I'll bring it to Furpak and we'll just play it there and see how many people we can
Get
piss
Monopoly for millennials, get Monopoly socialism,
off. I
and
have
get
Monopoly for
Monopoly.
Millennials. Like the day
God
that
is
came
dead.
out, I ordered it on Amazon. Like I was sitting there, I said, "Yes, I have to have that."
God is
And
dead,
then
and we
Hugh
fucking
Griffin-
killed him.
Hugh Griffin made some kind of like rant video about it. I said, "I am so glad that I got this because this is like the amount of people that are talking about it and making fun of it is absolutely awesome."
Oh, this is great. I wonder if in the stores they're going to sell it, for $20. Of course, that's the base price. $20 for men and $15 for women.
The moral of the story is stay away from these events. We don't want to.
Actually, can I get a discount immediately because I identify as a female?
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Just
yes.
let
If
me.
you're buying this game. Yes.
Hey Jolt, what could work? Just put some plastic fake boobies on you, and hey, you got yourself a $5 discount.
Oh, you don't even need that anymore. All you have to do is just say, I sexually identify as a woman, and so yes, that is what I identify as because it's
look.
current year.
Also, here's a couple other funny parts too. Like, you want to know what's a well-established fact? Women get
That is?
let off of prison very easily too. So, and Monopoly has jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Do they get lesser sentences? Oh, they totally should.
I don't know yet.
Oh my god, that'd be so great. If like they make the guy character like spend twice as much time in jail,
Then a
or the woman
woman.
just skips jail entirely with a flip of a coin or something.
Equality.
Exactly, equality. Oh my goodness.
Like,
And
the
I love how
potential for
Hasbro
this
is
is
like
just
Hasbro in one of their official statements in the article they said, you know, it's now women can start off with an advantage that all men already have.
Already have, in
Uh,
quotes.
yeah.
well. Actually, no.
Yeah.
This is the spokeswoman's statement from Hasbro.
Just
Mrs.
Hey,
Monopoly, the
Jolt.
fun spin on the classic. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Jolt.
a
Remember,
spin on the.
it's not loot boxes. It's surprise mechanics. It's not loot boxes. I mean, it's not bankruptcy. Wait, what was it again?
I don't see.
Ah.
I don't know where you're going at it with this, dude. But yeah, no. You only pay once for Monopoly unless you play the game.
It's a fun
Anyway.
spin on the classic Monopoly game with the goal of recognizing the many contributions, products, and technologies made possible by women throughout history.
Is it really possible to be that narcissistic?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this is a joke. Like, I mean, hey, it's nice that they're recognizing advancements in technology and stuff that women have made, which they have. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
true. I
fact that
mean,
they make a
there
game
are.
about it is just hilarious.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, about all these is that sure, women, the women they did, contribute a lot of society and everything, but at the same time, that's no real reason to be so narcissistic about it. With a point where you have to get in everybody's way and ruin their lives because of some small time bullshit.
I just think it's funny that women characters in this new Miss Monopoly, they get to pass 240 go, and men only get 200.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the advantage.
That's great.
And all this salt is also caused over by whole, women can't win by taking the story. Are you telling us that we can't win Monopoly without cheating?
Oh, or having
Well, I mean, gotta have those
certain
Grand Theft Auto
advantages.
cheats.
So if this is
No.
meant to like combat sexism, how is specifically giving one gender an advantage over another not blatant sexism? Just saying. Doesn't really make a lot of sense now, does it?
No, it does not.
Well, people only look in one direction when crossing that street. So
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is just crazy. I wonder what the next version of Hasbro's Monopoly is going to be. Is it going to be like Donald Trump real estate version? Or do they
I don't know if they're gonna be.
Monopoly.
I think they're gonna eke their way out and play the whole subtle route as well. Like, I mean, you
this
saw how
isn't-
Monopoly socialism freaking went, right?
Yeah, this is not
Oh,
subtle
God.
at all. No, Monopoly is pretty savage.
I mean,
I mean, I really want to say freaking based Hasbro, but my goodness, there could be a million other versions of Monopoly we could think of this. Yeah, they're on a roll.
yes, yeah, on the roll for that, rich liberal man-child cash, I would say.
Nah, I mean they got offended by Monopoly from millennials. Remember?
Yes, I do remember that clearly.
But alas, it's neither here nor there. And you know what? But in that sense, though, I mean, I suppose you can just get out here and give it a try, Or
Oh, I
suppose.
totally want to play it.
Yep, and it's going to
Maybe.
be a thing where you play it for 2 hours and then you're going to get pissed off because it's taking too long, and then you're just going to flip the board upside down and say, "Screw this."
Wait, so
I mean,
It's like every
say,
other Monopoly.
Oh, well, yeah. But let's say if a guy and a girl are playing Monopoly together, or they're playing Miss Monopoly together, and the girl loses, is that sexist?
Holy shit.
I think that's dividing by 0, and that's dangerous.
Oh, that's a good point.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jolt.
right, like,
Hmm.
What if I went to visit you in Aussie and we had a couple of beers to play this in a podcast, huh?
You don't need any beer. Be my guest. I mean, we won't need any beers because I got the Monopoly games. I have the Monopoly games in hand. I have the Millennial version, my dude.
yeah, I think I
Ooh.
need a couple of beers to play that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean,
You guys are weak.
me or me
Nah,
and Jolt
I didn't
or
even.
me and
We
Avira, we
did it
could
on the
play as like
trip
a
without
lesbian
any
couple.
beers, my dude. My dudes.
Yeah.
We did it on the trip without any beers,
Wow.
and
God
it was
bless you.
worth it. And it
So
was worth
let's say if a whole group of females played Miss Monopoly and they don't get that advantage over the men, uh, like did they think that far ahead? Like if that was going to happen? And so is it supposed to make them feel better about themselves?
Isn't like a
Or
world without men like ideal?
it. In
I
their
mean,
eyes, it is.
I mean,
hey,
Yeah,
Cross,
in
you know what
their
I was
eyes, it
thinking?
is.
what?
Remember, that said that many times. I mean, a few podcasts ago, I was mentioned about like colonizing other planets, right? So, in order for these kind of people to have their own place, you could colonize, a certain planet. I don't know which one. Let them live by themselves over there. Let them figure their shit out. And hey, leave us
wait, who?
alone in that case. You know exactly what I'm
Well,
talking about.
I mean, in
The
theory,
group of
yeah,
people.
but I could probably dive into the science as to why that probably isn't such a great idea. But
I
you know,
mean, they don't listen to science. They don't listen to
We'll build our own
reason.
planet, our own spaceships to get there with woman power. Immediately
Yes,
fails on the first launch day.
and they should colonize Venus because Venus is the wham and god of
Mm,
love.
mm.
That's
Ooh,
exactly it.
that's one spicy meatball.
Indeed. Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's pretty much that for
Ooh.
this section though. But
Ooh.
so we're
Any
gonna move
fun
on and then
any fun
yeah.
live comments going on right now?
Let's take a
Just
look
saying,
there.
just people saying, "Oh God," and also Sparky Wolf saying, "Next up, Monopoly and Antifa."
I don't know if you could make a game based around Antifa.
It would be essentially Monopoly Fallout, if you get my
Yeah,
drift.
yeah, well they would set it on fire. Because fuck
Mhm.
capitalism.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of
Mhm.
that. All that capitalism is evil. Just kill it all. There would be no game.
I mean, they would destroy anything
Yeah.
they see, even
Whoever had the
guns or
biggest
whatever the hell it
flamethrower
would
would
be.
win.
Even their own selves will too if they wanted to.
Yeah. So with that said though, let's move on. So hey guys.
Hmm.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, sexist.
Hey,
Yeah.
nut boy. Hey, purple tree
I
rat.
had it just had to be introduced that way because of how stupid does it have to be to get offended by the phrase "Hey guys."
Well, I mean, your IQ would be even smaller than a pebbles, I'd say.
Yeah, like, hey Vera, can you give us the rundown of how this sparked up again? Why this needed to be brought back into the spotlight again?
Oh, yes, I can. Well, you see, there is this little network or this channel on YouTube called Now This. And basically, they made a video not too long ago, about 2 days ago. And they said that saying hey guys is using gendered language, which is not very inclusive, and that we should be careful about what we say. And we should instead say hey y'all or hey everybody, or be more mindful about using names, because when you call a group of mixed gendered people guys, that is not inclusive enough, and it's offensive.
Well, when the privilege is too strong, you have to write an article about that.
I mean, how privileged do you have to be offended by this term? I mean, think about how many women are enslaved in the Middle East and literally have, like, they're treated like cattle, and yet here in the West, saying the word guys to a bunch of people is apparently a terrible, horrible thing that the media has to cover.
Hey, Jolt,
Yeah.
That's how you know
That's
the media is running out of things
do
to cover.
you know that song
Uh-huh.
that I sent you on Telegram? I mean, if it's possible, could you play it on over the podcast just for, a bit of context and a bit of like a highlighting of one of my favorite songs on YouTube?
I'm not sure
What?
if it's got anything to do with it though. But
Because,
we'll get back to you.
narcissistic bitch would apply very well here, don't you think?
True. But the thing is, yeah, they run out of things to complain, and
Well, first there was like
good grief.
manspreading, then mansplaining, then the whole fake gender wage gap, and now we have
Oh,
you can't
Avira,
even use gendered language anymore. Hey
do you
guys, that's offensive.
do you also remember as well too that cheer for women and a cheer for men to stop manspreading?
Oh, yeah. Wait, so is it like bad to say ladies and gentlemen?
I
I think I
guess
heard
so.
In
something
that
like
same
that.
Probably
sentence,
at this rate.
Or maybe I should say ladies and gentlemen and non-binary gender non-conforming individuals.
Wait, what if it would be lady men, and
man,
gentlewomen, something like
ladies,
that? I don't
go
know.
boys. Hello, go
Greetings, fellow
boys.
humans. I
Holy
mean,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
and but also an interesting fact about that they brought up in this video was the word guys was actually derived from Guy Fawkes. If you guys know who he is, you ever see that movie V for Vendetta? The
Yeah,
Guy
yeah, I
Fawkes, yeah.
remember.
So basically, his followers way back when during the London coup, the bombing that never actually did happen back in the day, um, the people who were following Guy Fawkes called themselves guys, and it was men and women together. Anyone who believed that Parliament was corrupt and they followed Guy Fawkes, they called themselves us guys. So there's the context. And she was trying to say in the video that the context has changed and that was the past. But here's the thing though, it really hasn't even changed though, because they were all just guys, you know? And that's just a colloquial term for, a group of people.
That's how it's always been, ever since like forever.
Exactly, exactly. And she
I
tried to make like this
mean,
weird point about it.
as time goes on and cultures change, I mean, language, dialogue, slang, all that, it does change over time. I mean, we speak a lot differently now than people did in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s.
We
That
now
generally
you
doesn't
yeet.
bother me because you just like, even like things that we say today, like back in the 90s when I was growing up, like that those slang terms and everything like that weren't around.
Jinkies.
So I mean, all that, like, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the reason that they're trying to do it. It's like, just let it evolve on its own. Like, don't
Yeah,
force it. Like,
exactly.
I,
So
I
like,
just don't get it.
so for instance, you don't go up to a group of people that has men and women in it, and you don't say, "Hey, gals," because that clearly is referencing, specifically women, and that's a much newer term. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to just saying, "Hey guys, what's up?" that just means genuinely anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, apparently, just because guy is also linguistically associated with men, they think that it means a group of only men, which has never been true and is not true today, and yet they still find a problem with it.
Oh, tell me about it. I mean,
And yeah,
in a way, I kind of see this, as when like the term loser, right?
Sorry?
Determine
The term loser, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the main reason, I kind of see this, shit kind of getting, pretty popularized is because the kind of losers, that support this are the same kind of losers that are on their midlife, haven't had any love, haven't had any marriage, haven't had any kids, and because of they all have all this bitter, hatred and resentment, they have to just discount on all of us because their shitty life decisions, because they were so narcissistic and they were so egotistic about themselves. They screwed themselves over, and now we have to pay for their bullshit. Let that sink in.
Okay. But
anyway.
that's a good point about that word loser, because Cross also brought up a really good point earlier about how language naturally evolves. So a bully
Exactly.
could call someone a loser even if he has never lost at anything. Loser is just a negative term to call
Yes.
somebody just because. It doesn't mean they necessarily lost at anything.
But it's just because people can. Like, it's just banter.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So why get upset?
Indeed.
I mean,
Not to
I mean,
mention as well
being
too
called a
that
loser is not a good thing,
Yeah, but still,
but
I
it's
get the
not
point.
necessarily true.
But
and
yeah,
also and also I mean not to mention as well too. I mean that there's also the fact that words that are being censored for absolutely no reason.
but
Uh,
anyway, yeah,
like
they'll
the
never
F
get
word,
rid of our hey guys. I'll say
the,
that.
yeah, I mean just the F word being, I mean nowadays being
Hey.
something just as bad as saying the N word or the R word, which
Well,
you all should know.
Well, let's be real here. The N word has been censored since before most of us were born. I mean, for as long as I can remember, that was not a word that you were supposed to say.
Exactly.
I would probably would have rather gotten caught swearing in front of my parents
Then saying
than
the N
saying
word.
N word in front of my parents growing up. Like that was just a word that everybody was growing up knowing that it's not a word that you're supposed to say, and everybody knew why. It's just people want to try and forget why that is. It's
Yeah.
yes, I mean like
Yeah.
that's not really a good example because that's
Mhm.
always been a thing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, just to supplement this as well.
Oh, Joel,
Yeah,
you said it. And
I did.
and
So
okay,
sue
but
me. Anyway,
Dab.
to supplement this whole, gender stuff, like inclusive gender stuff, what if we told you that this stuff can apply? Shocking that there is a zoo out there that believes that this stuff can apply to penguins as well.
What the fuck?
Penguins, like the hockey team?
Yeah.
Oh no, actual penguin.
Gay penguins, yeah, actual penguins. Gen 2 penguins, to be exact. Adopt gender neutral penguin shit.
I would like to know the science behind this because if there's actual scientific evidence to support any of that, then I'd probably be more inclined to listen.
In my
I mean, look,
opinion,
penguins
in
adopt a gender neutral.
Well, not the
What?
gay. I mean, the
the
gay.
gender thing,
that's scientifically proven,
it's
but
already
still
well established
gender
that Gen 2 penguins already exist in male and female.
hey Jolt.
This is weird.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, but I would most. I mean, I'm not an animal expert. I know jack shit about animal psychology, but I can clearly see as well too. I mean that if the penguins are not quote unquote gay and adopting a little penguin like that, I would guess it would be more like a survival instinct to protect the weak, so that the penguins may thrive, right? And supposing that the little penguin would be gender neutral like that, I suppose that in one way or another that the little penguin would grow up to be traumatized.
First of all, the penguin is not gender neutral. All right, let's get that clear. Gender neutral is some
And
made up
the
bullshit term.
zookeepers, yeah, and it's as
Alright.
bullshit as this because the zookeepers believed that they were trying to relieve the birth mother of raising pressure, so that made yeah, let's give the penguin to be raised by two dads. That'll work out well.
So basically, what they did was they took a baby penguin, and they probably were not smart enough to realize what its sex was, and then they gave it to two male penguins they have in their enclosure and said, "Look, guys, look at how progressive this is. The gay penguins adopted a gender-neutral baby, just like us."
Yes, but the thing is that gender neutral is more of a human term,
It is.
and
It's made up. It's nonsense.
How
yes,
can
and
you even ascribe this trait to actual animals?
You can't. You don't. It's stupid. Okay, unless the penguin chick somehow is a hermaphrodite by some weird genetic
miracle.
circumstance. I mean, it's probably freaking not.
Oh, get this.
Like, this is crazy, man. We
Get
live
this,
in a
yeah.
weird ass timeline.
Graham McGrath, general manager at Sea Life London, said, while the decision may ruffle a few feathers, gender neutrality in humans has only recently become a widespread topic of conversation. However, it is completely natural for penguins to develop genderless identity as they grow into mature adults.
How? How the hell can you tell a penguin identifies as gender neutral if it's clearly a male or a female? How in the fuck? How,
Good point.
though?
Good point.
Like, it does. Okay, so does the penguin say, I'm actually gender fluid, so I'm a non-binary, and I
And
don't have a gender.
also, if the penguin, in that case would be gender fluid, how the hell would they know? I mean, if it would be gay, lesbian,
It
bisexual,
doesn't. It doesn't
trisexual, something like
know.
that, huh?
It doesn't. It does not know, and we can't know either because we can't talk to fucking animals.
No, we can all. I mean, the best we can do to animals is just take care of them and all. Because the moment where you put, all these human invented bullshit on animals, then on my book, that's animal abuse, and that's not okay, like at all.
Oh, you know what's weird? Actually, yesterday my cat told me that he was transgender and wanted to transition to become a female cat. So I'm gonna put him on hormones now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put her on hormones now because that's how she identifies.
And then here I thought, dressing your dogs up in drag is just.
You see how fucked up like this could get? Like what is going through these people's minds when they put gay penguin couples and make gender neutral babies? Like, no, stop this.
And
Stop
yet
the
the
world.
anti-furries accuse us of being beast fuckers.
Yo,
I just
well,
like how this conversation went from talking about gay penguins to sexually transforming a cat.
Tell me
Oh,
about
yes.
it.
Well, yes, exactly. Well, because that's what
This
my
is
cat
how
told me,
serious we take the
obviously.
conversations, after all. I mean,
My cat is transgender, and please respect her pronouns. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
What? Oh, also, she's a lesbian, so I'm gonna have to, go find another cat for her, and they're gonna be the lesbian cat couple. And
God is dead.
God is dead, yeah.
God
I
is
know.
dead, and we killed him.
That's right. We live in a world where Donald Trump is president. I mean, what the
Anyway.
fuck timeline even is this?
We live in a society. Gamers rise
Yeah.
up.
We live in a game show. That's what's going on.
We live in a
Really, though, right?
society. Gamers rise up.
We live.
So you know
But
that
there's-
show
oh.
Survivor? That's pretty much what we're living.
yeah. And there's more to come, of course. We're not getting
Oh.
off at any
Wait,
time
water
soon.
come? Water come? Did I hear that right?
Oh. Jesus Christ, sometimes this is why you just have to learn to zip it. Anyway, one last live comment. Native Rabbit Natsu says, "Hey, don't deny those penguins their identity, you bigots. You just don't understand high-level intellect."
Oh, forgive me.
Joke's on you. I'm too stupid to know what that word means.
Oh shit! Hey Vera, we lost this one. We are very small brain. We're not big brain.
Hey, I did not lose this one. I am going to give my cat hormones and make her feel like the way she identifies, okay? I'm progressive.
That's the brain you're on.
Yes.
God is dead.
Yes, there's more to come, and let me just preface this next segment by saying that last week, it was not a good week to be a vegan.
Do you mean vegan?
Yeah, I don't respect them enough to pronounce it properly.
You
if can
gotta
even
you
call it
gotta
that.
switch where you put the A and the E.
The
Mhm.
vegans. Kind of like
Yeah,
like saying
I really
women
don't
like
care
llamas.
enough to pronounce it anyway.
Okay.
I mean,
Or just blame it on your accent.
the thing is, the joke says vegan is because he had too much Vegemite.
All right, so what's up with these vegans?
Right, so first, what they did was they segregated hens from roosters so that the hens would not be raped.
The what?
But,
Right. Here it is.
Vegan
Vegan activists
activists.
segregate hens from roosters so the hens aren't raped.
Oh no! God is dead.
So
God is
basically,
fucking
this is-
dead.
No. This is the chicken equivalent of #MeToo.
Except
So-
it's forced on them.
Obviously, there's been a lot of hens who have been, accusing certain chickens out there, certain bad roosters, of the rape, and their voices need to be heard and or harmed.
Oh no, God! Why? Just why? This is wrong in so many levels.
Why? What?
This is
Yeah,
bad.
this is the group in Spain called Almas Veganas.
Almas
And they
veganas.
literally, well, okay, so the name doesn't sound great, but then
Oh,
again, they don't
no.
either. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
No.
So
they was
Okay, so
look at how much they cared about the chicken, the animals. That to the point where they smashed eggs because they didn't
Wow.
want the hens to be raped.
It
Bruh.
says they're an anti-speciesist and pro-trans feminism. Wait, trans feminism? What does that even mean?
Yeah,
Bruh.
Okay, whatever. They're a trans feminism group, apparently, whatever the hell that is. And they're also anti-speciesist.
Wait,
Now, we have speciesism in the furry fandom, of course, but I don't think it's on this particular type of level.
God is dead.
It's like if we tried doing this, with the furry fandom, like we're literally gonna do like species segregation.
Yeah, speciesism.
Mm,
Exactly.
my
But-
God.
Wait,
You know,
feminism? What?
no, it's just.
How does it relate to chickens?
Hey, Vera,
I don't understand.
just. Why the hell would these people break into someone else's property and as if abortions, weren't, just
That's
bad
the
enough
same
as it
thing.
is?
It's the same
They-
shtick that they do. Like
They
they
aborted.
literally look. These guys
They
literally
aborted.
like, we must liberate the animals so that they will be free. Nope, proceeds to kill them instead.
They literally
Because-
aborted. They literally forced abortion on someone else's pets they stole, and yet they segregated them in order to make them that so that they would die off in a very sterile form.
Well,
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, thing about sterilization though, all of the chicken eggs that you probably eat on a pretty frequent basis, they don't actually have babies inside of them. Like people like this is why roosters and hens are bred for a certain purpose. Like and also, gee, I don't even know how. Like I'm losing brain cells just thinking about this ridiculous story. I don't even know what the hell to say. Like
But the-
hens ovulate, and when they ovulate, they make eggs. Kind of like how women ovulate when they let their eggs go, except it doesn't have a baby.
Yeah, except that the ovulation from birds and humans are quite different.
It's not.
But at the
protocol.
same time as well too, the eggs that we get in the supermarket are sterile, right? But
They
the
are.
ones in farms are not.
Some
Have
of
they
them,
ever thought
some of
about
them are.
that?
Okay, farmers do segregate certain groups of their chickens for certain purposes. Now, for instance, if a hen or a rooster is getting very old, the farmer is going to put them together so that they could breed and make more baby chickens so that they can continue egg production in the future. That's kind of just how it goes. They're not going to sell, like chicken babies, like literally to people. Like that's not a thing that happens.
Mhm.
But that's why farmers already have a segregation process, but it's not about rape. It has nothing to do with not allowing the roosters to rape the hens. I mean, that's a weird level of shit right there.
I know. But you know what? Like we're gonna get to the good part because when I said that it wasn't a good week to be a vegan,
Hey,
here it
Jolt.
is.
Hey, Jolt.
Well,
The same thing also happen with like Rabbit's farm and everything, right? I mean, the thing is,
I'm getting to that right now, actually.
yeah, because the thing is, not only in
Yeah.
Spain but here in Canada, and I don't doubt that the U.S. also had some. Oh, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake! Look at that!
Oh yeah. Here's the good
What
part.
the hell?
Oh, blood warning, but too late for that anyway.
Actually, you know what's funny
Vegan
as well
Storm-
too?
Oh, yes.
I mean, that Sergeant Viper says saving a tortoise by dropping in water, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna pluck a fish out of water to save it from drowning.
Yeah, that's them or in a nutshell, right? Anyway, to get onto this though, vegan storm Spanish rabbit farm surprise when farmers fight back.
Good.
So, this article from the National File is apparently describing when vegans stormed a rabbit farm and farmers actually fought
Fought back.
these people.
Good.
It's about
Well,
time.
yeah, you're screwing
Good.
with their livelihood here. Like
Exactly. Okay, so let's see.
they didn't get blown away with a shotgun.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, you would if you basically, it's stress like, illegally entering someone's property and doing all this stuff.
All right, so let's see what
Okay.
these people are saying. It says
Hmm.
this girl or guy, whatever it is, says.
All right, so they say,
farmer-
the farmer was extremely aggressive and attacked us, strangling
Good.
activists and smashing their heads with metal poles.
Good.
Really?
They
Gee,
fucking
The police
deserved
came-
it.
The
Jeez,
police came
David.
and told us to leave peacefully, which we did. After we left, the farmers chased us down the motorway at 200 kilometers for an hour.
Good.
Wait,
We tried to leave at
so
200 kilometers per
what's-
hour. Okay, so I think they're exaggerating here for dramatic effect.
I also want to know
I
what's
can
the
name-
Yeah.
context.
Unless they're
Oh,
saying that the farmer jumped into one of their trucks and chased them off the property with that. That's the only way you're moving 200 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the farmer
really.
just
Yeah,
jumped
you
in his
can't-
truck and went
yeah.
And that's
speed racer.
bad. Like
Okay.
200 kilometers an hour is what, like not like 70 or 80 miles an hour or something?
No, 120. 120.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
200 kilometers an hour is 120 miles. A little, yeah, but
That's a little
It's-
bit of an
it's
exaggeration.
yeah, it is a little shockingly, scarily fast.
But also,
But, I
there's
mean,
no
Chris-
context before this. They're saying, well, the farmer did this. No. Why didn't this same person say why they were there and what they did on the farm?
They raided someone else's property.
That's what the article
They were
said.
trying
Yeah,
to
This
save
person
to
they're-
liberate the
said-
rabbits.
Pretty
Yeah.
screwed up if we do stuff like that. You're lucky you didn't get
Yeah,
shot.
I mean, they almost got shot a few times. That's what I remember seeing from the video. That's on this article.
Well, let's see. If someone invades my home, my property, and tries to destroy my assets, you're damn right I'm gonna fight back against it. So, oh darn, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jolt, let me ask you something as well,
Yeah.
too. So, we usually,
Yes.
have animal farms, to keep them raised up as, for not only as pets, but also some supplies, for the society and everything, right? Now, when you release these animals into the wild because of some communist bullshit, isn't it
Yeah.
making them more success accountable for like some wolf, to easily catch these rabbits and
Precisely, right?
just
Why-
rip them apart while they're alive in a very barbaric way, I might add, because we
do you honestly
humans in a
think
society.
that these rabbits
mean-
who are raised in in captivity would survive out in the world, out in the open wild?
Oh, guys, this is gonna sound really, really bad, but okay. My mom had a pet rabbit once, alright?
Mm-hmm.
My sister is the one who adopted him because she found him in the middle of the road and wanted to rescue him, which she did. Eventually, my sister got tired of having him around the house because he kept shitting and pissing everywhere.
No, that's what the rabbits
So-
do.
So one day, my sister brings the rabbit to my house, and she's like, "Hey, can we just let him go in the backyard and just forget he ever existed?"
Bruh.
Bruh, dude, it gets worse. So I said, I have to because I was going out that night, I had to go bowling with my friends, and I'm like, I really can't be around right now, but okay, you can go let him in the backyard. She left him in the backyard. 2 days later, he did not move from the single spot in this backyard.
He was so scared.
He was terrified, yeah. So I was looking out the window. I saw him there. I was like, "Aw, poor little bunny." But I thought he was gonna just hop away. But 48 hours go by. This thing didn't move. I brought him carrots and lettuce. He didn't eat. He didn't drink. So I called my sister up and I said, "Hey, you know what? You gotta go pick him up because he's obviously been domesticated for too long. He can't survive out here. He's not gonna even try to run away. He's
Mm-hmm.
just bait."
I mean, the
Thank God it
rabbit.
was in the middle of the woods. He would have died.
The thing is, the rabbit not only is terrified, but I would imagine it would be depressible too for not eating or drinking like that.
Well, I
So-
gave him food, and he didn't even eat it.
Yes, I
guess
know.
He didn't know where he was, so I gave the rabbit back to my sister. I'm like, look, he didn't run away like you thought he would, and you have to just, stay with him. I mean, he's domesticated. You can't do this. And now these people storming the farmers' rabbit farms, what? Don't they know this about rabbits?
No.
Well,
either they
Avira.
don't or they do and they don't care because they only care when humans are doing something.
Avira.
So
the
then they
thing
only
is-
care about rabbits dying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, that's essentially taking your story and multiplying it by 100, roughly.
Basically, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically what happened. Yeah, they wanted to take the rabbit, and put it back in the wild, but you can't really do that with these kind of creatures. Now, some creatures you can, I think birds maybe, but not rabbits. That's not a thing.
Anyway,
So
But I
in
do
that
have-
case, I have to say is, we live in a society. Gamers and farmers rise up against our thought oppressors.
anyway, that's not ringing. It's But there is one last good story that'll make you feel good that the vegans got trashed.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sweet revenge.
Argentinian cowboys use bullwhips on vegan activists at rodeo.
Hey, Jolt.
What?
I mean, Avira.
Wait, what?
Do you know what? Do you know what that? Do you know what that? Do you know what that's? Oh, hey Jolt.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds like just assault.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure
also,
if I'm aboard with this.
let me yee your ha, if you know what I mean.
Oh, why did you have to bring that up? Look at this. They try.
Because
This is if you try to protest at a rodeo.
That
they
should be
got
an
their
Olympic
yee,
sport.
they got their
Oh,
yee hip to their whip to their well, they got their yee hip whip to
Yep.
their ha.
But
they were
drop it.
whipped away by the rodeo people. What the hell?
Indeed.
What?
I mean, they deserved it, in my opinion. They
Why didn't they
deserved
just sick
every
the
little
bulls
bit
off?
of it.
They should have just let the bulls
Oh
loose.
yeah, it's Spain, isn't it?
It's Argentina, yes.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
they said, most of the audience repudiated the protest. They didn't like the protest.
Good.
And they erupted in applause when the activists were kicked off.
Good. They fucking deserved it.
That reminds me of that video of the activists that were standing in front of some, like, I don't even know what, I don't know if it was a slaughterhouse or whatever, and they were protesting like the animals, I guess, getting killed there for food. And there was this truck that was coming that was loaded up with chickens, and like three of the people like went to the side of the truck as it was slowing down to try and open the cages. And the truck driver like saw them, and there was a crowd of people like standing in front of the truck, and the truck driver did not stop, and like I think he hit like two of the people that were standing there.
I mean,
Oh.
there was also another
I don't know if you guys
moment.
know that video, but I've seen that circulating around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Damn.
But there was also, like another moment I remember watching on YouTube about this cattle farmer bringing, the animals to the slaughterhouse. And obviously there were the vegan activists in the middle of the way, right? But this farmer, he doesn't give a fuck. He just drives on through like there was no in the way. And guess what? People were crushed under those huge tractor tires.
I mean, I'm not all about.
I don't know about that, but
Killing them.
I'm not sure about, whatever it is, but the one part that we got to learn is that, chasing them off, because which famous historical figure chased off, well, okay, it's not protest, but rather chased off undesirable figures with a whip.
No.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
he did? Seriously?
Yes.
Wait, Jesus
Remember the
whipped
story how he
people?
chased off the moneylenders in the temple? With
He
a
went
whip.
postal.
Oh, that one, yes.
He went
Yes,
postal
I
with a
did-
whip.
okay. I didn't know he used a whip though. I do know. I've heard that.
I don't
Story.
know nothing about that.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
if you guys were, scared about like mass shooters, I mean, Jesus Christ was a mass whipper back then.
Yes.
Only did it once, but it literally. But look, yes, you guys have got to be like, just like that. Be like the Argentinian Cowboys and Jesus Christ.
Ye dear ha.
Amen. Oh,
But
Yo.
yes,
eight,
here's a good
eight
live,
people.
another live comment though. Toonie says, "I have a bullwhip.
Of
Shut up,
course
Tony.
you do. Of course you do.
Imagine if they
Imagine-
sent black vegan activists there. Is it a hate crime to Argentina? Argentinians freaking wouldn't give a shit."
Oh, I
This is
mean,
part of their culture too, like to go to the rodeo and watch the bullfights and stuff. It's been like over 100 years they've been doing this, and now you
For
got
decades.
some neckbeard millennials.
Soytards.
Oh well, we can't have this anymore. It's bad, and then they get whipped away and they run like actual animals. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, but yes, thank
No,
God
I'm
for
not
people who
mad
have
at
a spine.
It's all right. I'm just saying it's
Indeed.
kind of fun.
But hey, I guess that is that. Though this is pretty much the time we've got for
Hey,
the
Jolt.
week.
Hey, Jolt, real quick. Or Sparky Full says, I mean, can you highlight that one? I mean, his recent one?
Yeah,
That-
Argentina is like Texas, but in South America.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
I never thought of it like that before. Jeez. It's pretty freaking
Yeah.
accurate.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
who'd-
Yeah.
Yeah, who'd have thought? Look, it works. It works out quite fine. But
Mhm.
yeah,
I've spent enough time in Texas to know that that's a statement of fact.
God damn. But in all honesty, though, that's pretty much the time we've got right now. Have you guys got any kind of closing statements? I guess around about this.
Actually,
so
I do have one. One thing to say as well too is essentially, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. If some people, I mean, start like preaching all this sort of stuff as well too for the good of the animals or something like that, then just go big brain mode and just stay away from these people. There are much better things that you could be doing with your time, like for one, getting a job and getting your life all sorted out rather than blaming on your problems anyone else and becoming miserable and becoming worse as time goes on. Am I right, Jolt and Elvira?
Mm-hmm. I have to agree with you. Yeah, so, to move on though, Cross, got anything to say just to wrap up with?
Yeah, the more vegans there are, the more chicken, steak, and burgers I get to eat. So just keep doing what you're doing.
I mean,
right on.
Yeah. Also, another thing I mean to say, I mean, that I'm also quite surprised as well too. I mean that we even had a little, I mean, a little more than just furries around here too. We had Sergeant Viper, who is obviously a Halo Spartan, and we also had a Shadow the Hedgehog too. If you scroll up more in the chats, you'll see.
It's here and there, but I mean, it's what it is. But yeah,
we need more. We need to be more diverse than our enemies.
We'll see who pops by. Anyway, Avira.
Well, this was a super fun episode. I had a great time, and I hope you guys did too. Oh, I'm sorry, you people. I hope y'all people had a good time.
You people. All right. I see where this is going.
Yeah, hope y'all people had a good time, all right? And we'll see you next time.
I mean, the funny thing is, well, too, I mean, I remember about saying that, I mean, as like suggesting how we should all say, hey, y'all. I mean, I don't think, I mean, we would be, let's say, in a skin of color, to be using that so frequent. Yes.
You guys would know this more. It's an American thing.
Indeed.
But hey, I'd just like to say, wrap this up, say, thanks to all those who listened. I hope you enjoyed the show just as we did in the production of it. You'll also be able to find all of our episodes on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play Store, Stitcher, YouTube, and we've got more on the way later down the line. And this is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
We hope to be hearing from you guys soon, and I'll see everyone else on the next podcast to come, and hopefully we will be more diverse as well too. More Halo Spartans and Elites and everything, and more Sonic OCs as well too. And speaking about Sonic OCs, just a final note.
Dude, stop!
Bye.
It's much better if I keep my mouth shut about this, because you wouldn't believe it if I told you.